After 7 weather is presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Well, hey, good Monday evening, Ohio Valley. Let's talk about that weather. Speaking of weather, haven't had much in the way of rainfall across the Ohio River Valley for a long stretch of time, and even for the year 2023 so far, haven't necessarily reported much. We're actually have only measured 11.5 inches of rainfall as of June 5th so far year to date, and on average over the last 30 years, we've measured right around 15.5. So we're 4 inches below average so far this year. Not necessarily the best of setups for our gardeners, the grasses, even the farmers themselves here, starting to see the effects of the prolonged stretch of no rainfall, especially if irrigation methods aren't necessarily able to be done. Regional radar not necessarily picking up on a whole lot. We're still basically under the influence of broad high pressure associated with that sinking air. Patchy precip contained down across areas west of the mighty Mississippi, even down towards the Gulf of Mexico itself. Tropical moisture typically an influx as we head into June, July, and August, with the typical outcome meaning mugginess. Well, we haven't dealt with much of that thanks to the upper level air pattern. That's what we're going to get into a little later, but I do have a spotty shower or two possible, at least within the forecast, as we head into Tuesday afternoon and evening, thanks to a cold front moving in. Then a prolonged stretch of dry weather continues Wednesday through Saturday. Chances for rain return as we head into Sunday and Monday, but that's pretty much it. And notice how we talked about earlier on in the show, the prolonged stretch of no rainfall. Well, currently we're 15 days without any measurable precip. That does crack the top 10 for the longest stretches of consecutive days without measurable rainfall, keyword being at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. So let's say the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport doesn't measure rainfall as we head in through the day tomorrow. Well, that stretch of weather is going to continue on, and we actually could crack number 1. If we don't see measurable rainfall until Sunday, that puts us at 22 straight days of no measurable rainfall at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, at least tying us or breaking the longest stretches of no rainfall at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. See the setup, again, not necessarily the best of ways for gardeners, the grasses, as well as for our friends, the farmers. In terms of how this is all to come, well, it's more so with this ridge or this upper level pocket of warmer. However, our winds have started to shift. That's why we have a cooler air mass locked in across the state of Ohio itself. Temperature-wise across Ohio range in the lower 70s from Cleveland down into the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. Even similar setup across Steubenville, Weirton, even through Pittsburgh International. A little warmer across the western extent of Ohio itself, and 72 degrees is where we've maxed out so far today. That's slightly cooler than average, but still nonetheless seasonable for the beginning stages of June. Overnight lows dip into the low 50s. We max out tomorrow right around 80 degrees, so we do get back into a seasonably warm pattern, but we fluctuate, oscillate a little bit with that cold front moving back into our region as we head further in through tomorrow afternoon and evening. Now, timing this out with an updated look at predictor, we see that increase in cloud deck moving in south to north as we head further into the afternoon and evening. Areas south of I-70 could see a few spotty showers starting to fire up. I do expect coverage to be spotty and isolated in nature. Now again, I do expect the bulk of our region to remain dry for our Tuesday, with that next dose of more so widespread rainfall holding off until the day on Sunday. Along with that cold front moving in, winds will also turn a bit breezy, blowing sustained at 10 to 15 miles per hour, stray gusts of 20. Not out of the realm of possibility. We continue to mix in sun and clouds Wednesday, Thursday, in through your Friday with that cooler air mass in play. Getting back to near 80 for your Saturday. Chances for rain starting to fire back up Sunday into Monday of next week.